Welcome to Coach Chloe, The Journey of Self Love, episode 27. Today is part 6 of our series, Tips and Tools to Hack Your Thoughts. And our focus area today is the power of letting go. In golf, if you hold onto the club tightly, it's hard to follow through and to swing with ease. So there's no ball flight, you hit the ground, the ball doesn't go far, there's no distance, there's, wrong direction. But if you grip your club and freely and easily let it go, the swing carries your ball. Um, think about old clothes or clothes that you like. We have it in our cupboards for years and years and years. Clothes that don't fit us, hoping that one day we're going to fit into it. And so, we have that. Sometimes we hold on to so tightly onto things that don't serve us or don't bring us joy. We tend to hold on to the past, to grievances, to mistakes, to regrets. We can't let it go. And these thoughts go around and around in our heads. I always talk about the 60 to 80,000 thoughts that are in our head every day. And a lot of those thoughts are repetitive. Today, we're going to talk about how to let it all go. Get ready to hack your thoughts by embracing who you are and letting that go. Stay right there. We'll be back in a few. Welcome back. I'm so excited to share tips and tools to hack your thoughts so that you can experience the power of letting go. Right. Why holding on to things holds us back? Letting go, it sounds so simple, doesn't it? But in reality, it can be one of the hardest things to do. Whether it's a past mistake, like I just talked about, whether it's a toxic relationship, or even just an idea of how things should be. We all have things we cling to, often without realizing how much they really weigh us down. The problem with holding on is that it keeps us stuck. It's like dragging a heavy suitcase through life, filled with all the things that no longer serve us. You think you're keeping it all together, but in truth, it's holding you back from moving forward, from growing, and from becoming the person you meant to be. Until a few years ago, I was a person who couldn't speak up or push back. I allowed people to walk all over me. You may never say that now, but I have grown and I have transformed and changed into this Chloe. My voice was stuck in my throat. No matter how hard I tried to speak up or to say what was on my mind, it just couldn't make it through my lips. And I realized I was holding on to something. I just didn't know what that was. And so after my divorce, I went into depression and, I experienced extreme loss. I know many of you understand what I'm going through because you've been there too. You've experienced some type of loss, whether it is a divorce, a death in the family, a relationship loss, a house, a job. We all experience that loss, and it's hard to let those things go. I then realized I needed to see a therapist. So after 3 months of weekly visits, just talking and talking, this is the first time I'm really, going for therapy. I started to see that I had bitterness that was lodged deep inside of me. People that I had to forgive, things that were done to me or things that were said to me. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or pretending things never happened. It doesn't mean dismissing the pain or brushing aside the lessons learned. It means accepting that the past is over and it doesn't define you, and that you're ready to step into a new chapter for you without carrying the weight of what's behind you. Think about it. How much lighter would you feel if you just let go of the things that no longer serve you? Imagine the energy you'd free up, the possibilities you'd create, and the peace you'd find within your side, yourself. That is the power of letting go. Letting go is an act of self love. It's giving you permission to move on, to grow, to embrace the life you truly want. So, what are you holding on to? Before you can let it go, you need to get real with yourself about what you're holding on to. This isn't always easy because sometimes it seems like, the things we cling to are so deeply ingrained that we don't even notice them anymore. But trust me, it's worth digging deep. Just like when I went to the therapist and all of this started just emerging, just getting honest with what was really, really weighing me down. Maybe you're holding onto a grudge. Maybe someone hurt you and you've been carrying that pain around ever since. Perhaps it's a past mistake that haunts you. Maybe it's a decision you wish you could take back. Maybe it's a relationship that's no longer healthy or a dream that didn't pan out the way you hoped. Whatever it is, holding on to it isn't helping you, it's hurting you. It's keeping you tied to a past that you can't change and preventing you from fully living in the present. The first step in letting go is in acknowledging what you're holding on to and recognizing how it's affecting your life. The acknowledging that is really doing a lot of soul searching. So take a moment right now to reflect. Just take a moment. What's something you've been holding on to that's no longer serving you? And how has it impacted your mental and emotional well-being? Most importantly, are you ready to release it? So go ahead and in the chat, please feel free to drop what that is in the chat. You're going to be a blessing to someone, or your words would be an encouragement to someone, or give them the strength to also own up and to acknowledge what that is. There is freedom in forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful ways to let go. But let's be clear, forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's for you. It's not about condoning what happened or letting someone off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment and anger that's been holding you back. When you forgive, you're not saying that what happened was okay. You're saying that you're no longer willing to let it control you. You're choosing to release the pain and move forward in your life. It's an act of self liberation, a way to reclaim your power and your peace of mind. Forgiveness doesn't come easily and it doesn't have to happen overnight. It's very, very hard to forgive because it's hard to forget. It's hard to forget it. It just keeps coming up in our thoughts over and over and over again. It's a process, one that requires patience and compassion for yourself, being kind to yourself and for the situation. But when you're ready, it can be one of the most freeing things you'll ever do. I was talking about early on my divorce. After my divorce, I had to reach out to my ex husband and have a conversation with him. One of the first things I said to him is, I forgive you. And I said, whatever I had done or said or did not say or did not do, that I wasn't even aware of, that spoiled the marriage or broke the marriage, I asked for forgiveness first. It didn't matter what he thought. And when I did that, then he said the same thing to me, which was monumental. That is something he would never do. And so he asked me to forgive him. I knew if I didn't forgive him, I would never, ever, ever be able to move forward in life. And let me tell you, from that day, something broke free inside me. And it felt like I was unleashed inside of me, that the voice that was stuck all of a sudden just was bold. Now, I just don't have any problem saying what's on my mind. But when I talk to someone, and if I don't like something, I'm going to say it very diplomatically so it's not hurtful, but I will speak my mind. So ask yourself, who or what do you need to forgive? It might be someone else, it might be yourself. Either way, when you're ready, allow yourself to release the pain and step into a space of peace and healing. And that's what it is. When the bitterness leaves you, there's healing that needs to get done. Because you deserve to be free from the past, and forgiveness is a key to that freedom. Let go of your expectations. Sometimes the hardest things to let go of aren't people or events, but our own expectations. We set such a ridiculously high standard or unachievable standard for ourselves. Those rigid ideas of how life should be, how others should act, or how things should turn out. We hold on to these expectations so tightly that we leave little room for the unexpected, the unknown, and the unplanned. And we know in life, nothing is guaranteed. We don't know what the next moment's going to be. We often miss out on the beauty of what is in favor of what should have been or what could have been. Here's the truth: life rarely goes according to plan, and that's okay. The more you try to control everything, the more you set yourself up for a disappointment. Letting go of expectations doesn't mean lowering your standards or giving up on your goals. It means being open to the possibility that things might unfold in ways you didn't anticipate. That's perfectly okay. When you let go of expectations, you're actually opening yourself to the magic of the present moment. That's the power of letting go. You're allowing yourself to embrace what is rather than constantly yearning for what could have been. Sometimes we live this dream and we wait and wait, and the next day, it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and nothing happens. And life passes us by. Now is the moment. Give yourself the freedom to let go, to adapt, to grow, to find joy in the unexpected turns and twists of life. The next time you find yourself frustrated because things aren't going the way you planned, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what if I let go of my expectations? What if I trusted that things are unfolding exactly as they're meant to be? What if I allowed myself to find peace in the present rather than stressing over what should be? Letting go at its core is an act of surrender. It's about releasing your grip on what you can't control and trusting that things will work out as they're meant to be. It's about stepping back and allowing life to flow rather than forcing it into your preconceived ideas. We like to force and we want to make things happen the way we want it to happen versus letting it flow. We can have plans, but don't be so rigid in your plans that you have expectations that you can't keep up to. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means recognizing there's a bigger picture at play, one that you might not see yet, and trusting that everything is unfolding in your favor, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Just having faith in the process and being able to just be open to the lessons and the opportunities that come your way. Practicing the art of surrender, it is challenging, especially if you're used to being in control. It's really challenging because when we kind of give up control, we kind of lose our ground. We want to be able to stand on something. We hold on to those things. We hold on to the past because it feels like it's an anchor, but it's not. It's not. The more you practice, the more you'll find peace in the uncertainty and trust in the journey. You learn to flow with life rather than resist it, and you'll discover a new sense of freedom and ease. Start small. When something doesn't go according to plan, instead of stressing out or trying to force a different outcome, take a step back and ask yourself, what would happen if I just let this be? What if I trusted that this was happening for a reason, even if I don't understand it yet? Because the more you practice surrender, the more you'll see that letting go doesn't mean losing. It means gaining a deeper sense of peace, trust, and freedom, and a deeper sense of who you truly are. It means living with an open heart. It means that you're living ready to embrace whatever comes your way. It means that you know that you have the strength to handle it. So that's the power of letting go. Explore, exploring what holds you back. Take time and think about what is holding you back. Find freedom in forgiveness. Who do you need to forgive? First of all, forgive yourself. Be kind to yourself. And then just release expectations. Find the flow in life. And finally, understand that the power of letting go is in the art of surrender. Our next episode is about cultivating self love daily. I'm excited that you are taking this journey with me. It's a honor to walk alongside you, to share these thoughts, to share my thoughts with you, and to explore what it means to truly love ourselves. My hope is that as you leave this podcast today, you embrace a renewed sense of self worth, of self compassion, of self love, because this is your journey of self love. This is your journey, and you get to decide how it unfolds. Trust yourself, be patient with yourself, but most importantly, love yourself every step on your journey of self love. Remember, who you're becoming is greater than who you were yesterday. Take care, everybody. Until next time.